From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, July 15th, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.30 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,155 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $295. Antiwar.com reports remnants of the former Yemeni government loyal to Abd Rabbu Mansour Hadi. The forces, allied with Saudi Arabia, yesterday launched a surprise attack on the international airport in the southern port city of Aden, seizing it and several nearby districts. The Shiite Houthis, who had been in control of the airport, insisted they withdrew from the city after cleansing it of al-Qaeda forces. There has been fighting in the city for months throughout the Saudi-led war against the Houthis. The Hadi forces have made considerable gains against the Houthis in recent days after agreeing to a ceasefire which was supposed to begin Friday night and theoretically should still be in place. Throughout the ceasefire, the Saudis have continued to attack and the Hadi forces have taken advantage to seize territory. Hadi officials cheering the retaking of parts of Aden say they believe they'll have the whole city under their control in the coming days. Whether that will lead to new humanitarian aid shipments to the city or simply more Saudi military aid drops into the area remains to be seen. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. UPI reports cash-strapped Puerto Rico found little support among creditors for restructuring its $72 billion debt, some of which must be repaid in July. Representatives of the island Commonwealth met Monday in New York with over 300 representatives of investment firms, hedge funds, and insurance companies, but offered little information. It was the first meeting of government officials and creditors since Governor Alejandra Garcia Padilla acknowledged in June that Puerto Rico could not meet deadlines for debt payments on municipal bonds sold in the past decade. Melba Acosta of Puerto Rico's Government Development Bank told the creditors that they would have to accept adjusted terms of repayment, although she offered no details. Her comments followed recommendations 2 weeks ago by former International Monetary Fund officials who suggested bonds should be replaced with new bonds offering later maturities and reduced debt payments. She said, "I ask for your patience while we develop a credible plan." The Commonwealth has a history of balancing its budgets by borrowing, and its economy has declined since 2006. In the past 10 years, its population has declined by 7% as residents of the island sought employment opportunities in the continental United States. Among its debts are a $93.7 million payment due July 15th and another $140 million payment due on August 1st. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports Missouri on Tuesday put to death a man convicted of murdering a 19-year-old woman he encountered in a traffic accident in 2001, in the first execution in the United States since the Supreme Court upheld the use of lethal injection drugs. David Zink was pronounced dead at 7:41 p.m. Central Daylight Time after receiving a fatal dose of drugs in a state prison. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled on June 29th that a lethal injection drug used by Oklahoma, midazolam, did not violate the U.S. Constitution's ban on cruel and unusual punishment. The High Court did not directly address the constitutionality of the death penalty in the United States, but provoked a caustic debate among the justices. The Supreme Court on Tuesday denied several appeals from Zink's lawyers to halt the execution, including claims that Missouri officials would be violating federal laws by using pentobarbital obtained from a compounding pharmacy. Zink had been named the plaintiff in a lawsuit brought by a group of Missouri death row inmates who alleged the state's lethal injection protocol is unconstitutional and creates a substantial risk of severe pain. The allegations are part of a national debate about the use of compounding drugs in U.S. executions amid a shortage of traditionally used pharmaceuticals. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.